Brent Porcio, TopVelocity.net. Doing a pitching analysis here. Chase, pair him up with Stephen Lacey here. Stephen's pitch is 96. So you're going to see both of y'all are very similar in coming out of leg lift, extended front leg, sitting well into backside. But if we go right before front foot wants to open with you and Stephen, you're going to see you're driving early. You can see at that point, probably right here, hasn't come out of back leg flexion. He's still sitting. So, and that takes more mobility, more pelvic stability. So a lot more you need to work on your lower half strength and mobility to really help that. Everything else looks similar. So let's see, typically when you see someone not driving early, you're not going to see much power come out of the backside. You're not going to see the pelvis open as well. So if we look at Stephen open and drive, you can see how powerful he's in his drive. He's moving the plate. And at landing, look how much the hips are open. So if we take you into landing, you can see pelvis rotation a lot more close. So if I was to draw from a 2D perspective, which kind of is a tough perspective, let's go back to where you were. Sorry, I'm trying to draw. You would see the pelvis, if I was driving through the pelvis line and then the trunk line, you know, maybe like that. I looked at Lacey, left to right hip, and then the trunk. So considerably more hip to shoulder separation between those two angles if we're interpolating for trying to understand it three-dimensionally. So that means a lot more momentum was generated because of that drive to peak it. Y'all were very similar in at a leg lift and how you were falling forward and down the same rate. Even though he went lower and farther, he also got a lot more power. And then you're seeing trunk angles look a lot more forward. It's hard to tell because of these two different camera angles, but looks like Stephen's trunk is way farther out. But it's similar, you know, it's similar. Y'all do move similar. His is just a lot more dynamic due to the back leg and what he was able to do back there. So even at finish, you see the trunk getting more and front legs are very similar. So kind of cool comparison between the two, and it's just really significant going into landing. You're seeing not much pelvis rotation with you. You're seeing a lot of pelvis rotation with him. A lot more drive force, a lot later drive, a lot more even counter. The trunk is closed a little bit more. So you're seeing a lot more drive, a lot more separation, and it's a big difference in velocity the way he's moving. So these are things you need to work on. You need to work on the pelvic stability, mobility, learn to match the drives, optimize the drives, and optimize the separation between the hips and shoulders.